I'm Guy, reporting from ACTV, and I'm here with Janet Rogers, who has lived in Auburn the past 15 years. So Janet, what brought you to Auburn?
Well, let me think. I grew up in a town called Sonora, which isn't very far from here, and I met my husband here in Auburn, and so we moved here and started a family.
So what do you like about living in Auburn?
I like that Auburn's a small town, and it's a nice place to raise my children. I like a lot of the greenery around here. Of Auburn. That's part of my favorite part. And that Auburn was originally the capital of California. But because Auburn was up the hill and not quite as centralized as Sacramento, they moved it down to Sacramento instead.
Okay, so is there any parts of Auburn that you dislike?
One thing I really dislike about Auburn is that they're allowing it to grow a little bit more than I would prefer. So even though I like shopping at Walmart, I still don't mind going down the hill to shop at Walmart. I would kind of like to keep Auburn small. A Target was a little bit of a stretch. I like Target, but you know, things like that kind of need to stay down, or else I need to move further up the hill.
So what are some things that you like to do in Auburn?
I enjoy going to yard sales. There are so many thrift stores and really reasonable price thrift stores and yard sales, and it's just such a great hobby to do. I like the parties in the park. I love the fair. I love the rodeo, and I like the local bands that like to play here.
So how have things changed in the last 10 years in Auburn?
Well, I've definitely seen some growth. You know, okay, I think the most part is the growth that has been going on here in Auburn since we moved here. We didn't have Mel's Burgers. We didn't have... we already had Kmart. Kmart's been here a long time. We didn't have a Target. We've seen Blockbusters come and go. A lot of empty buildings and a lot of car dealerships have changed and come and gone.
So do you live in Auburn now? Because I noticed you're wearing a Bruins shirt.
Actually, no. About 5 years ago, I moved up to Grass Valley. And so my children now go to Bear River.
So why did you make that decision to move up to Grass Valley?
Well, honestly, I actually thought the schools were better up there. And like I said, Auburn was growing a little much for my taste. Up in Grass Valley, we're not allowing things to move in there like a Target or Walmart. We do see change, but it's quite interesting that when I moved up there, buses are free in Grass Valley because that's where our lottery money is going, versus Auburn where we have to pay for our bus money and for our bus trips. And I'm really curious as to where Auburn's lottery money is going to.
Thank you, Janet, and this is Guy from ACTV reporting.
You're welcome, Guy.